I love Zoo Tycoon 2. That's it. That's the video. Catch you next time, everyone. What? You want to know why I love this game? Alright. Grab some snacks and take a seat, and I'll tell you the tale of a young little boy perusing the aisles of a local Best Buy. It was 2007-ish, and I was perusing the aisles of a local Best Buy as a young little boy. Though I wasn't that big into games at the time, something really hip and cool caught my glance. Zoo Tycoon 2.
This is a certified gamer classic.
I probably maybe said out loud to my 6-year-old self, not even questioning where the original game was or if I should play that first. Finding ZT2 was meant to be. So yeah, I played the absolute hell out of the game all the time, practically every single day, until I got tired of it. Nah, I'm just kidding. I lost the discs. And so, Zoo Tycoon 2 became but a long, distant memory. Flash forward to today, if today was 2 years ago, when I was cleaning through my basement and I came across my game CDs, perfectly safe and sound. I longed to revisit this classic of mine, and so I went to place the disc in my PC. Curse you, modern gaming laptop, with your lack of need for a CD input! Damn you, convenience of being able to download most things online with ease! Damn you, oh wait. You can buy a digital copy on Amazon? Hallelujah, there is a God! You might be asking, was the $20 plus tax worth it? Was I able to enjoy my favorite childhood game again after such a long period disconnected from it?
You're kidding me, right? You're kidding, right? Like, you saw the positive title and thought that I hated it? The first line that I wrote is that I love the game. Now, I see what you're doing. I see what they're doing. They're trying to make me look like a moron. But I'm not. I'm not a moron. I'm not a moron, okay? You're the moron. That's right, I'm on to you. You're the moron. Yeah.
Yes, it was worth it. I'm still playing the game even to this day. That's how worth it was. It's not just nostalgia either, though I feel that plays into my affection for this game a little bit. I want to tell you that this game is genuinely fantastic, in my objectively correct opinion, and that you should give it a try. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna force you to play it. Anyways, here's why I love this certified gamer classic. The first point I feel is important to touch upon is what the game is all about. You play the role of a rising entrepreneur ready to take the world by storm with your incredible marketing plan. Let's make a neat zoo. The main pull that I find compelling about this game has to be the creative sandbox element. In all the different types of game modes, you get to go wild with how your zoo looks. This is hard to do when you have a budget, of course, but still possible to work towards. I think overall the challenge modes and campaign zoos are pretty fun to play on, given how you have to actually consider what you can afford and what you shouldn't recklessly spend money on. You know, like real life. It pushes you to balance out what you put down, how you manage it, and how high you can make your zoo's popularity skyrocket. They also reward you with special unlocks such as themed decor and unique objects.
Monkey.
It would be a huge lie, however, if I told you I played the game for these modes. Freeform, or the reason most people bought this game, as I call it, is where the real party starts. No limited resources, no restricted unlockables, and no IRS wondering where all this money you're spending is coming from.
FBI, open up!
Freeform mode is the go-to for anyone wanting to build the fantasy zoo of their dreams. Check it out! I made a zoo with a safari adventure. This one is seated in the majestic Alps, and this one follows no ethics of animal caretaking. Want to let your collection of creatures terrorize the guests? No problem. What about some role reversal? How does a human zoo sound? Aside from this aspect, ZT2 features tons of enjoyable gameplay for you to sink your little gamer teeth into. You can take a self-guided tour through your own zoo, ride a sky tram, swim with sea creatures, restock food, train show animals, dig for fossils that are all somehow located within your property, open gates, kick balls among other things, take photos for your photo album, defy God by bringing back extinct creatures, and you can even clean up animal feces of plentiful variety. If that doesn't sound like fun, I don't know what is. Okay, look, I know. Check out this nerd, am I right? He's talking about how education is the reason he likes this video game. What a loser.
Well, shut up, man. Look, I know it's a stupid point, okay, but, I mean, is it a crime to like learning? Is it a crime? Am I going to jail?
I'll keep this short and sweet. But yeah, I just think it's really cool how much this game has to offer from a fun fact standpoint. Practically everything in this game has a description, from dossiers of animals to useful tips with fast food restaurants.
Burger.
It's just really nice and makes you feel like an actual zoo tycoon doing your research. Did you know that honey badgers emit smelly secretions? Apparently, musk oxen are also called the bearded ones. Here I found out that gelatos go wahoo! This one's crazy, guys. Evidently, if you push this button, it closes the game. Who knew?
You know, I'm something of an
Artist.
myself.
As someone who can appreciate the effort that people put into design, I think this game does a really good job stylistically. Some would call these graphics outdated and low res, which, to be fair, I could see where you're coming from. But I really don't think the look of ZT2 has aged horribly at all.
Girl, that's a booty hole.
There's something about the detailed textures combined with the low poly models that I still find visually appealing even 18 years after the game's initial release. I think it's the fact that the look is trying to mimic realistic proportions and features, all the while keeping them simple and sharp. Notice how, on this cheetah for example, the face and paws have an obvious geometric outline, but are contrasted with detailed textures on the eyes, spots, etc. Am I reading too much into the direction of the art and how this is probably just how realistic they could make things look with the game engine at the time?
Every day when you're walking down the street.
Yeah, probably. Let's move on. This category was sort of the catalyst for making this video in the first place. It's not that big of a feature of the game, to be honest, and I feel most people who've played haven't given it much attention, but let me explain how much I love the music. Hell, you might not have even noticed, but I'm playing a bunch of it in the background right now. George Velavanis composed most, if not all, of the ZT2 music, and from what I've been able to find, he only did the music for this game and nothing else. It's a real shame that he hasn't made any other soundtracks, cause let me tell ya, that this Chad made tunes for this sandbox zoo game that slap way harder than they should. Funny enough, you can't even hear most of the music in-game. A lot of the pieces are remixed versions of the original theme that would have changed based on what expansion you had most recently downloaded at the time. I had to dig through the game files just to uncover a ton of these underrated gems. What makes them so special to me, besides the whole nostalgia factor, is that they perfectly capture the wonder and joy to be experienced at your zoo. The Marine Mania theme, for example, uses bouncy rhythms, beach vibes, and oceanic noises in conjunction to sell the feel of a SeaWorld-like getaway. The Extinct Animals theme is my personal favorite and has this prehistoric and bombastic vibe that really makes you feel like a Neanderthal and a zookeeper at the same time. A zookeeper-thal. It's no wonder they put music rocks as an unlockable in the game, as not only you'll be jamming to these Zuni tunes, but so will the in-game guests.
Yo, yo, yo!
Overall, I personally think that Zoo Tycoon 2 is just as good now as it was when I was a smaller version of myself. I didn't talk about nearly all the features within the game, like the breakdancing furries, or the 7-foot-tall penguin with blade teeth and soulless eyes. I didn't even mention the several gripes I have with the game, such as the never-ending log of notifications, or the glitch where a guest somehow teleports into an animal pen, causing mass hysteria, and it lowers your zoo rating without any consent or prevention. But that wasn't the point I was trying to make. More than anything else, I just wanted to share my respect for this game with the internet, and hopefully show you a relaxing, creative experience that piques your interest. Even further, the game is extremely easy to mod, which I've been taking a huge liking to after playing a ton of the vanilla experience. Look, I put Godzilla in my zoo, basically rendering said zoo into his entire enclosure.
Change the world. My final message. Goodbye.
Remember that annoying chat I mentioned? Get that out of here. I even downloaded over 400 new animals and then proceeded to arrange every single one in taxonomic order to the best of my abilities. Don't ask why I did this. Sadly, the company that made Zoo Tycoon, Blue Fang Games, shut down in 2011 after a contract expiration with Microsoft, meaning that no official sequel to these games will ever come.
Back to it.
And no, this doesn't count. We don't talk about that Zoo Tycoon. Luckily, Frontier Developments released the closest we'll probably ever get to a Zoo Tycoon 3, which is their highly praised title, Planet Zoo. It's pretty fun. I think you should play this one too. Zoo Tycoon 2 is great, and I'm so happy that I was able to reconnect with it after all these years. I seriously do recommend it to anyone curious in trying it out. I mean, it really is great, because, say it with me now,
this is a certified gamer classic.